says you're off frequency. Now come up to here then, see if that's better. WA6AAJ, AA6S, I guess you're still alive. Haven't heard. Keep talking so I can tune you in, or tune me in when I'm talking. Something. It's fine, maybe we're a little bit off frequency. I'm not sure where I am. Probably a little bit low, 100, but maybe, I don't know. WA6AJ, AA6S, hello, radio. I didn't know if you were out with the women or what. I figured you'd be heading to Vegas or who knows what, over the coast for a couple of weeks or something.
I think you're dreaming.
Maybe.
That's okay. I figure I need to hear from you on your phone.
Yeah, I didn't want to waste the power on the telephone, so I used the ham rig. Might discharge my batteries. Pacific graft and extortion.
Right.
Mostly high on the extortion.
Capitalism, man.
Communism, you mean? They're dictators. Need more money. One of the guys that used to work for the PG&E that got hired by the PUC just gives them anything they want, and they just slip some under the table to the guy that okayed it.
Hey, Bill, you copy K6MYC?
K6MYC, man, you are weak. I don't know what's going on. AA6S, over.
I'm probably not pointed at you. I just wanted to let you know I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I got to go get some food for the kiddies. I'll be back. I'm in the barn, over.
Weak here, you hear him?
I'm in the barn, over.
No kidding. Said to be back, but man, he was like a distant star in the east.
Well, it always helps put voltage on the amplifier. Is that better?
Yeah, a little bit better. You're in the red now, but your antennas are pointed someplace else. Yeah, you're Q5, Mikey. Go ahead.
I just said I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I forgot to bring cat food out here for the kitty. I got a kitty that lives in the barn, over.
You got to feed the cats, because if you don't, my daughter will be after you.
I know. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Sounds good, Mikey.
KM6 SRR, listening.
Well, you're super loud. KM6 Sierra Radio, listening. AA6S also listening. Loud and clear, Rob. Go ahead.
Okay, good to hear you on there, Bill, and good evening to you also there, Mike, WA6AAJ. You both are sounding good there, over.
Happy New Year, Rob.
Yeah, Happy New Year. I keep forgetting that. I got chewed out by a girl at work because I was saying just hello instead of saying Happy New Year.
Well,
better hope we don't get as bad as this last one was. I hope it's a Happy New Year, but the way the guys on these economic news I listen to, I guess I listen to different ones than everybody else does, but the graph charts they got don't look too good, especially when you get, 300,000 illegals come across the border last month? That's over twice as many people as Vicelia's got. Rob, go ahead.
Yeah, that sounds pretty disgusting. I agree with you on that. I don't know. I I'm a little nervous about something going on like what we had back in 9/11. I think it's going to happen. They may be waiting, and if a conservative gets in, then maybe they'll launch it. I don't know.
If anybody does, it'll be those Muslim dudes or the Houthis or the Poochies or whatever they are, or the Iranians or you name it. Any one of those guys. Well, look how many dudes they had there at the college are pro-Iranian against the Israelis. I mean, anything's possible with those kooks.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. They seem to forget about that the man's got a right to defend himself, and it's just they've been slowly eating away at our educational system, which turns out more of them that vote, and then they go down the line, and then they get the judges in there. The conservatives have been sleeping, so they've gotten way ahead of us. I don't know how we're going to catch up, but anyway, that's I guess the way it is. Over.
Roger, Rob. Well, they never will when you got some person like that. What's her name? Gay. That's head of the of the college there. Probably they got so many of the dudes from Iran and everything send them money. They just let all those guys go to school there. None of our people.
K6USY.
K6USY, I hear you.
Hey, Bill. Yeah, I'm now horizontal. The only downside for you is I'm pointed at 24 degrees, which is away from you, but I hear you.
Yeah, well, I don't know where your horizontal is pointed, but you're not real strong here. I'll move my antenna a little bit. K6USY, A6S, go ahead. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, Bill, you also see if you can find me. So I'm pointed at 24 degrees, and I'm not on a rotor, so I'm basically pointed right at Mike and Rob. Yeah, Rob,
I don't really get a peek on you. I don't know where your antenna's pointed. Where's yours pointed, Aaron?
So my antenna's pointed at 24 degrees, and it's not on a rotor. It's pointed right at Mike and Rob.
Okay, 24 degrees. Well, that ain't too good for me. But you're Q5, no problem. At least as strong as you are normally, so if you pointed your antenna in this direction, you'd be super strong. I'll kick it over to Michael there, and he can give you a shout. WA6AJ and the group, AA6S, over.
I wasn't paying attention. Who am I supposed to call?
K6USY. Your signal went way down. Where'd you point your antenna, Mike?
I'm still pointed about southeast. Haven't moved it.
Huh. Must be some weird inversion. You're coming back up again. There was some kind of a dip there or something. I don't know.
I was sitting across the room and kind of had to stop what I was doing and come over. So I figured since Mikey hadn't started the net yet, I was just going to do some soldering.
Oh, don't burn yourself there. Go ahead, Rob. Say hi to Aaron there. I'm sure you can hear him up there on the top of the hill where you are. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. Yep, I hear Aaron loud and clear because he's pointed this way. He doesn't have a rotor, so he had to make some compromises, and we know who rates now, I guess.
How come he doesn't have a rotor?
Well, he's got push-up poles, and it's kind of difficult to put a rotor on a push-up pole and have everything work good. I know that for a fact because that's what I've been trying to deal with. Over.
That's all I used to have, and I had rotors. You'd crack up when I was in high school or whatever. I put this long john 40-some foot boom up on 6 meters. I couldn't afford a rotor, but my brother worked at the radio place, and I got 2 of those Alliance rotors that go click, 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 and stacked both of them in parallel the motor. So I used one of them basically for a thrust bearing. Man, that thing worked good. Had had two of those Alliance, because the way they were made, you could run the mast up and couple both of them on that way. So I was in Fat City there. Go ahead.
Well, that's very unique. I've never heard of that before, but Ham's always come up with the most interesting solutions there. Anyway, back to our Iran business. Did you hear where Iran is now working with those militants that are bombing the Americans and some of the boats in the Suez Canal? I think it is. Over.
Red Sea.
Yeah, Roger. Also, you see those dudes who are jumping out of helicopters onto those things carrying, what do you call those giant ships carrying the oil and taking them over? Well, that was pretty, they advanced from those little boats zooming around them to now they just come out of a helicopter and drop off on them like commandos with machine guns and take the thing over.
Well, they ought to be easy targets for our military. Get one of those surface-to-air missiles and take them out. Just one weapon, that's that.
Yeah, but we're too much of a pansy ass to do that.
Well, they're going to get back into a corner where they're not going to have a choice, and the longer they wait, the harder it's going to be to overcome them. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Back to you there, Mikey. I hope you fed the cat.
Cats are taken care of, and good evening, Rob. Good evening, Mike, AAJ. And Rob, you're just a slight bit low in frequency, so you might want to tweak it up there on my voice, perhaps. Anyway, we're live streaming, guys. I can hear a monitor on here. I assume everything's working. I don't know who's checking our live stream, but K6USY, let's see if I can copy you, Aaron, over.
Yeah, Mike, we're up and running, and everything's working so far. K6USY 1079.
Yeah, very good. I'm pointed over to the Bay Area for looking for KW6S.
W6BBS 72.
And there's Frank in here. Good evening, Frank.
Good evening, Mike. And Aaron, I sent you an email. Tried last night, tried this morning, no login. Checked the computer down there while I was at Mike's today. It was running just fine. Came home and tried again, and everything is correct. I'm logged into your account you gave me with Chrome Remote Desktop, and I put the PIN number in, and it says invalid PIN and gives me a little message about the recipient. They're the person I'm going to give help to is going to have my email and IP number is the little message that's there, but I think that's just standard. But it just says the PIN's no good. I have no clue as to why it's doing this. So anyways, no big deal for now. W6BBS.
Yep, got the email. We'll troubleshoot it later and figure out what's going on. K6USY.
Okay. And I'm assuming you're hearing Frank pretty good on that antenna. Should be pointed right up toward Frank, huh?
Yeah, Frank's coming in pretty good up here. How am I doing, Frank? I'm on the beam with 10 watts down here in Fresno, pointing at 24 degrees.
Well, I'm looking right at you pretty much with my antennas, and you are a rock solid S7. Over.
Excellent. So, well, things are working for course gold.
Roger. See, you're actually not even pointed really at me. You're I'm off the corner of your beam off the front, so you're doing just fine with it. Over.
Yeah, I took the heading for Rob and Mike and split it in the middle, and then I'm basically shooting between a street light and some trees in my neighbor's yard. So as long as it's working, I'm good.
Okay. Let's see, Mike and Bill, do you want to look over there and see if we've got anything from W6QUI tonight?
Okay. Yeah, Roger. We'll time.
As soon as the net starts, I don't have a clock out here, over.
Yeah, I'll turn the antenna.
Yeah, it's 7:33 local, so we can start.
Yeah, we should call over that way. There's nobody south of you, Bill, so it's all Atascadero and further north for me. I will not turn until you hook up with them. Once you get them, you tell me, and I'll swing the antenna over to like 70 degrees and see if I can copy them, okay? He's already down that way.
Yeah, he already turned. Sounds like he's there, Mike.
Okay, he's talking now. Let me turn the antenna here to about 80 degrees. Here we go.
W6QUI, AA6S, over.
I don't hear QUI, Aaron. We may not have a path tonight.
Yeah, and of course, I only hear Bill when he's talking.
I'm pointed at 60 degrees, and you're just blasting me.
I hear QUI, just not as loud as usual.
Yep, Ron is still talking right now.
Roger.
W6QUI, AA6S. Roger there, Ron. And understand the other tower unit. I think Mike or somebody was in there. I don't know. I heard Mikey also say something. W6AJ, I know you're copying him. Michael, go ahead.
I tell him I'm not hearing QUI.
Hi, Ron, W6QUI, WA6AJ. Mikey just said he's not hearing you. I think Frank, W6BBS, I think it is, is trying to get a hold of you. Go ahead, Frank.
Oh, no, I was just letting Mike know that I could hear him, but he was faint. W6QUI, how copy W6BBS, over?
Get that, Frank?
Yeah, I heard everything he said, and yeah, I agree. If he moved his antenna a little bit, conditions aren't as good as normal, but I do hear him. He's about an S3 and a Q5 copy, over. Yeah, that brought you up to about an S5. Not good conditions tonight, but it's working. Why don't you give Mike a long call and see if he can hear you?
Now he's detectable. Well, he didn't go long enough. I've got to swing back and forth and see if I can find the reflection. It's got to be 20 or 30 seconds, okay?
Yeah, okay. Hey, Ron, give him 20 or 30-second call. Call a long time and let him peek his antennas on you a little bit. He's got to swing back and forth, over.
I didn't hear him at all that time. Ask him, did he move something? Because I can't even find him at all now.
No, Mike, and he took a big fade. I lost him right at the end, so it's just really bad conditions tonight. I don't think it's going to work. Do you copy me still, Ron? Yeah, no path between us now, it seems. He doesn't hear me either, Mike. Over.
Okay, Mike and Bill, just tell Ron Happy New Year. Happy New Year from Mike and Frank, and we'll see him next on Wednesday, perhaps. W6QUI with AA6S and WA6AAJ, K6MYC. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, W6QUI, WA6AAJ. He took a big fade for Frank and Mike, Ron, but they wanted to pass along Happy New Year to you, and hopefully see you tomorrow on 2 meters. Over.
Okay, Roger, Ron. I copied all of that. Mike, if you wasn't hearing any of that, Ron will not be here tomorrow. He's got something else he's got to do, and so he'll see us the next go-around. And he did move his antenna back on me. Was you copying any of that, Mike? Over.
I think I heard a little bit of him right at the end. It's just a detectable signal when I pointed over toward Santa Cruz. Over.
Yeah, Roger that. Okay, well, he's checked out now, and you can move on, sir.
All righty. Bill and Mike, thank you. WA6AAJ and AA6S. Happy New Year. Thanks. And I'm pointing now toward Santa Cruz, looking for KW6S. Over. Copy that, Mike.
Roger, turning the antenna.
Roger. Okay, KW6S, KW6 Sugar, KW6S Santa Cruz, K6MYC, and the multitude in the San Joaquin Valley, calling you and standing by, Tom. That's unusual. No Tom tonight so far. KW6S, KW6S, K6MYC, calling and listening. Into the lower part of the Bay Area. Who do we have in the Bay Area? Bay Area, 2 meters. 2 meters. 23 centimeters. Take K6MYC. 1296 Bozo. Bay Area. K6MYC. Over. I don't hear anybody in the Bay Area either.
JNN just checked in.
God, I wonder why I can't hear JNN. He's usually in here. Maybe I'm not pointed right. Have him make a 30-second transmission, Mike.
WB6JNN, if you're copying me, Mike has asked if he can make about a 20 or 30-second transmission so he can take a sweep on you. Over.
Who's this?
This is WA6AAJ.
You're S7. Mike's about S3. Okay, I'll do that. K6MYC. WB6JNN. Baker 6. And Norway. WB6JNN. And San Jose is giving you talk here. I see myself on the receiver. Somebody's receiving me there on the wherever that's located.
WB6JNN, K6MYC. Now, if you see yourself, then you're hearing, I'm hearing you. So it's streaming from the barn. We are streaming from the barn, and what you're hearing is what I'm hearing. What you're seeing on the stream is what I'm hearing here, Jim, over.
I wasn't sure if the 1296 was located at your place or not, but yeah, okay. Well, then that's a good indicator, and I'll keep that in mind. But anyway, raining here today, evening, and been raining out there. It's sort of in a lull right now, but definitely let us know it was raining about probably 6 o'clock or so. So that's the weather report from this side of the hill, or hills, I should say. There's multiple hills between, in fact, multiple peaks between you and me. WB6JNN.
Yeah, very nice and very loud, Jim. No problem. A little fluttery. We don't have our antennas matched up perfectly to get rid of the multipath, but certainly loud enough to copy easily, and I'm sure you'll be happy to hear how well I'm hearing you. I don't know why everything's off again. I'm off again in azimuth, and I can't understand this because everything else is right. But when I come around to the Bay Area, everything wants to be over. I'm probably getting you on a bounce, although I think you're aimed at me, or more or less at me, but I seem to be getting you maybe more toward Mount Tamalpais or Mount Diablo, over.
It's a little off of the normal direction that I have for you, and very, as you say, very, very fluttery. AJ was a lot cleaner and a lot less flutter on him. I think it's probably propagation issues with inversion with the rainstorms and all that. That's what I'm thinking. You're higher than he is, I think he's down on the valley floor. All right, anyway, I'm in here, and Jim I've heard, and WFC I've heard, so they're lurking around somewhere. WB6JNN.
Okay, very good, Jim. Good to hear you. Happy New Year. I think we will look for you tomorrow, of course, on 2 meters, but a very nice signal tonight on 1296 once I pointed the antenna in the right direction here. Sorry about this direction thing. I don't know why they're so variable lately. I thought I had this one corrected, and it seems to be right in some directions for some people, and then it's off in other directions. So it may be just I'm trying to fight propagation here. Mother Nature's playing tricks on us. Anyway, you're sounding good, and thanks very much for being there, and you should have a good indication if you go back and listen to the live streaming, how it sounds for you. There's about a 3-second delay on the live stream now, I think, and that's doing pretty good. We do have it in the barn. 2 meters will also be done from the barn here with the 19XX at 107 feet. So we're all hooked up in the barn and the house. The only band we do not have live streaming on is 6 meters. All the other bands we will be live streaming on a regular basis. So that's the story, Jim. Thanks much, and good to hear you. WB6JNN, and then look for somebody else. You can pass it, throw it in the air, and see who hears you, K6MYC.
Oh, hello there, K6MYC, W6PQL.
Yeah, I got you, Jim, and I can probably peek up on you. You're always 5 degrees more north of Jim there. Go ahead, Jim, pick it up. W6PQL, K6MYC.
Yeah, you were weak as dishwater before. I was actually pointing at Mount Amanum to hear you, and of course you shifted up about 200 cycles when I did that, so something on that path is causing a Doppler shift. But anyway, I'm pointed directly at you now, so if you go to the normal heading, it'll probably be fine. I'll be sliding up frequency in about 10 minutes and looking for Steve up there. Other than that, you've probably got the message from Jim over there that 775 was present also, and he headed out for dinner. K6NYC, W6PQL.
No, I did not get that message, but I'll log in, Mike, so thanks for that. You were very loud right till the last 30 seconds, and then you dropped a little bit. But very, very loud. You'll hear it on the stream. Are you listening to the stream?
No, I'll take a listen to it a little bit later, after we finish up here.
Okay. I'll get Mike written in here, and we'll take a standby and see who else is in here. I am streaming from the barn. We've got that all working, it seems. And I would assume maybe we could get a confirmation on the delay Aaron, if you can copy me, what is the delay currently from the barn, over? Well, Aaron may not be hearing me here from the barn.
Kilo 6, Whiskey India Sugar.
Well, I hear K6WIS, Placerville on the back scatter path. Good signal, Jim. Paul, good to hear you. Happy New Year on 1296 here, over.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6NYC in the group. This is K6WIS. Propagation improved a lot when you moved your antenna north. 5x6 speaking S7 here. Very, very good. Over.
Yeah, you're not bodacious. I've heard you stronger on this path, but certainly easily readable. Hopefully everybody's copying you from Placerville there. So good signals, and pleasure to hear you. I'm not sure who else we have in the Bay Area. Who are you hearing from the Bay Area tonight, Paul, over?
No one at this time. We've got a rain front that's come over between us and Sacramento, so maybe the 23 centimeter wavelength is having a hard time getting through that wet cold front, over.
Well, it's going over there and then coming back to me, so I think it's working. It's just that whoever's over there isn't pointing in the right direction for you. But I went a little bit further to the north and I peaked you up even more, so should be pretty good. We have had no rain here yet, although we're expecting rain sometime before morning here. I think it's coming sometime before morning. I think something I heard about 5 a.m. in the morning for rain here. But nothing so far here. Dry as a bone still. Good to hear you, Paul. Stand by. Let me see who else we have in the Bay Area. K6MYC, Bozo Net, Bay Area.
WA6AXX, no traffic.
Okay, good signal from you. Are you hearing Paul tonight, Ed?
Heard him on the live stream. Not direct.
Okay, I got you written in here. Let me get Mike written in. I haven't got 775 in here yet. Better do that before I forget. KB6, Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie is now in. Mike? Okay. He went off to dinner, so we always seem to catch him in the wrong place. He's got the same schedule that I normally have, except I force my son to feed me before 7:30. We made it tonight with room to spare. Anyway, good signal from you. I'm probably a little bit too far north for the best signals on you, Ed, but still always a good copy down this way. I'll take a standby, and then maybe you can make a call. If you hear nobody, you might make a call and see who else. We should have KB6BA. We should have KT2G. I think Mark should be here. I'm not sure what his holiday schedule was, but I thought he was not going to be in Italy for a while yet. But he may be off doing other things. So at least KB6BA and KT2G and KD6SOK should be in here as well. I think Fred's working again, but he should be in here. So, Ed, let me shoot it to you, or I'll just shoot it to the Bay Area generally, and if nobody comes back, then you can make a call. K6MYC looking into the Bay Area and looking for Bozo Net check-ins. Anybody copying me, go ahead. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Bozo Net, over.
K6MYC, AA6S, break.
Hang on a second, Bay Area guys, go ahead. Who did you work, Mike, Bill?
Worked both Ralph and Joe. Both Ralph and Joe had very good signals. And I can't hear anybody from the Bay Area, so, they'd have to be pointed at me. These things are super directional. Anyway, Mike's on the phone. I got to call him back. So K6MYC, check him in, and thanks a lot. AA6S, over.
Roger, Bill. Thank you very much for getting those two guys and calling back and letting me know you have them there. They're checked in now. Thanks much. And we'll continue looking into the Bay Area here. AA6S and the group K6MYC back to the Bay Area. Bozo Net. Any check-ins in the Bay Area? Over. still copying. Why don't you make a call? See if you can get anybody out of the woodwork there.
Yeah, you're a little bit weaker than you were before. So you pointed to Jim, I believe, went down a little bit, but just fine. A little over S9. Anybody in the Bay Area want to check into Bozo Net? WA6AXX listening. It's all quiet. By the way, we had 0.55 inches of rain since about 3 o'clock today. Heavy around 6 o'clock-ish. Go ahead, Mikey.
Okay, I had you on the first side lobe here. Let's see where I've got you peaked. Well, see, you're peaked just about right, 284, and I'm peaking on you, and I had to go clear up to 300 to get Jim, WB6JNN. So I guess the antennas are right, because you get very loud here at 284, and that's about the perfect heading for you, 283, 284, depending on which direction I come at it from. So super loud now. Is that better?
Yeah, you're well over S9. Yeah, other guys, I guess, different paths bouncing off of stuff here and there, right?
Yeah, it must be because of the rain, because Jim was just not readable at all in this direction, and I usually get him pretty much in the same direction with you, plus or minus another degree. 285 is usually dead on for Jim, but I couldn't even hear him at 285 today. So this is 284, and you're darn good copy here. I'm calling out the degrees I'm pointing for use of other people in case they want to know where I'm hearing these signals and how funny it is at times with different people. Jim and Ed probably shouldn't be different by more than 2 or 3 degrees at the very most. Jim is in southeast San Jose and almost in line with that to Los Gatos is Ed at WA6AXX, and yet I can't can't hear Jim at all in this direction. Really weird. Okay, so I'm looking up toward K6KLY, KD6SOK, KT2G. Anybody up that way for 1296? K6MYC Bozo Net. Well, you're Q3 at the moment, Fred, but I got you. But I didn't want to start moving the antenna until I know you're going to talk a little longer because I'd lost you. Anyway, good evening, Happy New Year, and thanks for checking in here on 1296. Give me a little longer transmission, Jim, and tell me how much rain you've had and so on over there, and then I'll see if I can pull a little more signal out of your direction there. KD6SOK, K6MYC listening, over.
Hey, Mike, it's almost 8 o'clock, KM6SR.
Thank you. Tell me when it's 8:05, will you?
Roger.
Did you hear Fred in there?
Well, I can't get a peek on Fred. He's below readable most of the time. I got enough to know that it was Fred. So I've got 3 and 0, 3 by 0 Fred, 3 and 0, 3 and 0. KD6SOK, K6MYC. We've got you, Fred, over.
Yeah, Fred, did you hear Mikey? Yeah, probably the rain and stuff, not great conditions. Anyway, hope you're doing okay, Fred. And you're checked in, so I'll turn it back to Mikey. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Okay, well, here we are right on you, and I can't hear Fred at all on that last transmission. I didn't hear a trace of him, and this should be right at him. So it's really strange with this rain business over there. Really doing some weird stuff. Normally Fred is weak, but usually pretty audible. Not tonight, Fred. Anyway, we got you checked in. That's the main thing. Thanks for being there. Maybe you can double up and make an exception and check in tomorrow night on 2 meters. We are live streaming from the barn. We're live streaming from the barn, so you should be able to hear yourself if you go to the live streaming site and listen. You won't hear much from yourself tonight because you're not there, but tomorrow night 2 meters should be a lot better. KD6SOK, K6MY listening, over. Wow. Is this if he doesn't have the amp on? Is he done talking, Ed?
Yeah, you guys aren't hearing each other, so Fred's done. And yeah, hope you're doing okay, Fred. And yeah, we'll turn it back to Mikey. I don't think there's anybody else around in the Bay Area. K6MYC, WI6AXX.
Okay, so Fred wasn't hearing me either with the 600 watts?
You were stronger earlier and then kind of like down, like really down. So I don't know if it's antenna pointing or changing path or what.
No, it's not antenna pointing. I've gone all the way from 270 to 300, back and forth about 4 times, and I can't find a trace of Fred right now.
Okay, well, I bet next week it's going to be better.
Can't be any worse. That's the first time I've had that kind of limitation on Fred. Normally he peaks up sooner or later in there. All right, well, anyway, we'll go on up and see if we can get Oakley and Discovery Bay. So here we go to that direction. Maybe they'll be in the right direction for me. Here we go. Thanks, Ed. We'll see you tomorrow.
Very good.
Yeah, here we are at 296, 297, 298, 300. There's 300. Oakley, N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC.
52 was there.
Again?
Number 52 was present.
Thank you for 52. Okay, nothing heard from Discovery. Well, I don't know about Discovery Bay. Let's see. Steve, are you in there on Discovery Bay? And give me a little longer transmission when you call in so I can find you. Over.
I'm seeing about a pretty consistent 7-second delay on the feed, and we're getting pretty good rain right now. W6SSW, Bozo 793.
793. I've got you at 316 tonight. Sometimes you're at 305, so it's off by about 10, 11 degrees, but other people are right where they're supposed to be, so I don't know. I don't think it's the antenna. But when Ed comes in right where he's supposed to be, and he's more line of sight to me than anybody, K6MYC, I assume that